Hey, what's up? This is Alan with Sports Divide. If you look at the picks in the range of 11 to 13 in the last decade, there's almost always an all-star in that range of picks. What does that mean for Jett Howard, Dereck Lively, and Gradey this year? It probably means if you're a fan of one of those teams, you're going to be happy because one of them is probably going to end up an all-star. If you break this down year by year, let's start in 2014. At number 13, Zach LaVine, all-star. 2015, you got Devin Booker at number 13, one of the absolute best players in the entire NBA. 2016, you have Domantas Sabonis at number 11. 2017, you got Donovan Mitchell at 13, a multiple All-Star. 2018, Shea at number 11, an MVP candidate. I mean, between 2014 and 2018, there was absolute superstars in that range. Let's look at 2019 and on. Now, 2019, 20, 21, 22, those are recent drafts. So some of these players haven't had the opportunity to become all-stars yet. If we look at 2019, there's Cameron Johnson at 11, PJ Washington, and then Tyler Hero. Cam Johnson and Tyler Hero, very good players. And you don't know, they still have plenty of time. So in the right situation, they could potentially become an all-star one day. 2020, you have Devin Vassell, 11, who is an excellent player, could definitely become an all-star one day. 12, Tyrese Halliburton, who is already an all-star. And then Kira Lewis at 13. Now, 2021, I'm just not going to talk about. That was just not a very good draft class for this range of 11 to 13. But 2022, Jalen Williams at 12, who we know was an awesome rookie, and no one would be surprised if Jalen Williams became a future all-star. And then Jalen Duren at 13, who is also a super high potential big man for Detroit. Those are some crazy names in that range, 11 to 13. So you would assume if 11 to 13 has those quality of picks, that 8 to 10 is going to have some killer picks. But let's go back, and we're going to look at 2014 to 2022. So out of that list, there was two names with all-star potential, Franz Wagner and Mikal Bridges. Two players I absolutely do think will eventually become all-stars. They are very young players still. But not a single player from 2014 to 2022 in that 8 to 10 range who actually made the all-star team. I mean, you're comparing that to the list I just gave you. Zach LaVine, Devin Booker, Domantas Sabonis, Donovan Mitchell, Shea, Tyrese Halliburton, even Jalen Williams, who's a future all-star in my opinion. It is crazy how much better the picks at 11 to 13 are. And that doesn't even include back in 2011, you got Klay Thompson at 11. So another great pick in that range. You know, let me know in the comments what you guys think. What's the reason why the picks at 11 to 13 have all these potential and current all-star players, even superstars, but 8 to 10 is devoid of stars. Not even one all-star yet out of that 2014 to 2022 range. I think it's the pressure of having that label of being a top 10 pick. When you're at 4, 5, 6, even 7, you still have a lot of talented players. So you're still going to hit on some of those players, and they're going to become all-stars. But once you get to that 8 to 10 range, you have a lot less talent in the projected mocks. And as a GM, you're trying to not get fired. So you're trying to make a safer pick. You're trying to make a pick that aligns with a lot of the consensus out there in the draft community. And you're not really going to reach for a lot of players. But when you get to 11 to 13, you don't really have that top 10 pick pressure anymore. So then you just take your person, right? Like, you don't care if people are going to come after you. At 11, Orlando takes Jett Howard. Yeah, a lot of people are like, how did you take Jett Howard? We had him projected at 20. No, at 11, like, you don't care. You just take who you think is the best guy out of all the remaining draft picks, right? OKC, they did that with Jalen Williams. They just took who they thought was the best person at 12. They didn't worry about, what the consensus mock was at that point. With as many hits as there is in a row, I mean, 2014 to 2020 was an all-star pretty much every single year outside of 2019, and they still have time with Tyler Hero and Cam Johnson. That's a huge success rate. That makes me think Jett Howard, Dereck Lively, the second, or Gradey Dick. One of those three players are definitely going to become an all-star if you're just looking at this statistically. And honestly, all three of them are good players, and it wouldn't surprise me if any of those three became all-stars. I get it. Dereck Lively is filling a need in Dallas and should get a lot of minutes and a lot of opportunity. Gradey Dick is just going to be one of the best shooters in the NBA. And Jett Howard, with as bad as Orlando needs shooting and spacing, he's going to get plenty of opportunity to get on the court and make his presence felt. So it would not surprise me at all if one of these players turns into an all-star, and it wouldn't surprise me if 2 out of these 3 players become an all-star. Anyways, thanks for checking out this video. If you like it, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. We're a new channel, so we appreciate any love and support you give us. And again, let us know in the comments what you think. Why is 11 to 13 so much better than 8 to 10?